Hi, I'm Kelly Olson. Having worked for nearly 4 decades to protect open spaces in and around Fort Collins, I am thrilled to be part of this 25th anniversary celebration of historic open space achievements. In 1992, a small but committed group of citizens sought to expand the city's open space program that then consisted of around 1,000 acres. Since then, voter-approved measures have conserved an additional 44,000 acres, including unique river, prairie, and foothills properties. And most would agree that conserving these lands has had a huge positive impact on our community. Today it is more important than ever to continue conserving our disappearing open spaces. At this 25-year milestone, it's only fitting that we take the time to celebrate these treasured lands and to thank everyone who has had a role in their protection and appreciation.
My name is Karen Mancy, and I'm a senior environmental planner with the Natural Areas Department. I've been lucky enough to be working for the department from the very beginning, and I helped to develop the first Natural Areas Policy Plan. And that was back in 1992 when that was adopted by City Council. And your support came with goals to try to protect wildlife for future generations, to try to protect even the smallest wildlife or up to deer that are common, but we want our children to be able to see those wildlife. So we had an enormous support for our program right off the bat. We really did. With the general public, just loved it.
I'm Sandy Robbins. I've lived in Fort Collins since the 1970s, and I've been involved with the natural areas as a master naturalist for the last 22 years. The city has been very proactive in trying to acquire a variety of different environments. And then, of course, when you acquire more property, you have to have the people to go along with it. I've seen, for example, in the growth in the nature nuggets over the years, the city has been very open to a response to the community for wanting more of this, and are doing the best that they can to provide it, to provide those services to people of all ages, young to the older population, including me.
My name is Michael Goldstrom, and I am a youth advisor for the Fort Collins Natural Areas Department. So I have always been going to natural areas my entire life, and now that I'm old enough to start making decisions where I go and why I go to natural areas because I love them and they were a huge part of my childhood, but also because they make me feel at home and comfortable, and I always feel at peace when I'm out on a hike or by the river or climbing a tree or whatever I'm doing in a natural area.
My name is Marissa Evans, and I am new to Fort Collins, and the Master Naturalist program has been a fabulous way for me to get to know the new area that I live in and to really experience the unique qualities of Fort Collins and the natural areas. Meeting the staff and seeing how dedicated they are to the areas here really connected with me as a person who loves to be outdoors and wants to do everything that I can to preserve nature because it's in danger right now.
The next 25 years, I would like to say, keep it up, because we're growing fast and we need to really be vigilant and protect as much as we can and get the message out that this is really important for all of us, for our health, for our well-being, and it is our responsibility, all of ours, to see that these areas are protected.
For instance, in Soapstone, we have the Mountains to Plains project that we have now introduced bison to Soapstone. We have reintroduced the black-footed ferret. Those are very remarkable accomplishments, and we have to build on those into the future so that we make sure that we don't become just anywhere USA, and that the values that make Fort Collins special continue to be built upon, and a huge part of that is the conservation of our natural environment, the protection of open space and natural areas and view sheds and the wildlife that was here before we were. So I hope we continue on that path and again, redouble our efforts so that we won't regret it in future generations.
To keep this going, I would say just make it personal, make it your own, and find your own reason to want to go out to these natural areas. Because I know that, you know, my parents took me out and my school took me out and everything, but in the end I found my own reason why I wanted to be out here. And that primarily is that I think it makes me happy. And I think everyone needs, that's a really vague reason, but everyone needs their own reason. And even if it's just to exercise, to make it personal and to have some connection, to have some sense of place, and to involve natural areas and understand that they are a very important part of the place we live in, I think that'll connect everyone to the cause and to understand why natural areas are so important.
Le queremos desear un muy feliz cumpleaños a los natural areas. Gracias.
Happy 25th anniversary, Natural Area